life with my stepfather was really rough. He would say, "You're never gonna be anything. If you are a real man, stay out of the kitchen." But the kitchen was the only place where I felt safe. I decided at that moment, I want to prove him wrong.
Chef Wolf's right there.
He's one of the most popular chefs in the world, but before Wolfgang Puck became a famous restaurateur and cook for the world's biggest celebrities, he was a young boy uncertain about his place in the world, and there's a new documentary that follows his journey called Wolfgang. It's coming to Disney+.
Chef Wolfgang Puck and David Gelb, the film's director, join us live. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wolfgang, you've been on this show for many, many years, going back a long time. I remember, to me, you were the first real celebrity chef. How did that come about?
Well, in the movie, you will see it, how it really happened. So when I opened Spago, the first thing is we all had an open kitchen. That didn't exist, that the chefs were in the middle of the dining room cooking, like on a stage. And that really changed the perception of the chef. Before, it was always the restaurant owner, the maitre d', the manager, everybody knew them, but not the chefs. Then all of a sudden, when we opened the kitchen, then the chefs got noticed. And then through Mike Ovitz, who put me on television on Good Morning America for the first time, like in the 80s. And I think that changed the life of chefs also, because all of a sudden, chefs were on TV too. And I did the Good Morning America and David Letterman show and Jay Leno and so forth. So I think then the Food Network came along, and then people like David Gelb, who did Chef's Table later on. So the whole thing was a progression of chefs have become more and more important.
So David, what was it about Wolfgang's story growing up that was compelling to you to do a documentary about?
Well, it's really a moving story, really a story about kind of the American dream. He was a young boy in Austria, was told that he would never make it, but he never believed them. He always pushed harder, pushed harder. Even when he doubted himself, he refused to give up, and then comes to America and makes it as a chef. And in doing so, he raises the entire profile of his profession. So, I don't know if I ever would have had the chance to make films about chefs had it not been for Wolfgang shining the spotlight on them. So it's this inspiring story. It's a Hollywood story about seeing him, Spago, rise and becoming the hot spot with everybody from Tom Cruise to Tom Hanks, and the longevity of, he's probably the only chef in the world to have cooked for both Frank Sinatra and Ariana Grande. So it's quite an amazing story, and it's moving, and there's beautiful food as well.
That is what I was going to say. I mean, there's a lot of chefs that come and go, like in any profession, but your longevity and how you've managed to make this a business and all of these different aspects of the business, what do you attribute that to?
I really believe I have the same passion today than I had 40 years ago when I opened Spago, or even before as a kid when I worked at Beaumanier and was inspired by Raymond Tullier. So to me, cooking is my life, and finding the best ingredients, going to the farm and pick up vegetables. I really love that, or going to the fish market. So this is really in me. And also hospitality. It's important to make people feel good, not just give them good food, but how do they feel at the end? And I think I still go out. I went home last night at 12:30 because I was in the restaurant so late. So to me, this is my life. Now, the hard part is how to balance life. Get your family life. I have 4 boys and a wife, and how to balance everything right. So that's more difficult these days.
Did the stepfather who was not very kind to you, did he ever see your success? And if so, what was his reaction, and what was that like?
Well, it's so interesting because I didn't want to talk to my stepfather. He was abusing me physically and mentally as a young kid, and even up to 17 when I left for France. I remember I did not write my parents for a year and a half. My mother thought I was dead. She got gray hair. She told me I gave her gray hair, but I didn't want to have nothing to do with it. But later on, when I became successful in the 80s, and I invited my mother, I could have left my stepfather at home, but they had to come both together. And then he changed his tune completely. He actually told everybody it was because of him I was successful. And my mother used to get so upset and says, "Don't say that, you know, you were abusing him." And I said, no, I was just toughening him up.
Wow. Well, it's an amazing story. Wolfgang will be streaming on Disney Plus tomorrow, June 25th. David, Wolfgang, thanks so much for both of you for being with us.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.